Oh, did we take away the Ferrari ballast for this race?
Sorry, did you say something like that?
I was asking, so the Ferrari is not ballasted for this race?
Yeah, apparently the whoever they were in contact with, I can't remember who it was now. Mike Stuffmill said that they've actually rebotted it in the last update, so it's actually all fairly even anyway, so it shouldn't need the ballast. So they decided to ask whether or not anybody objected. No one objected, so it's been removed.
This is good. All right.
I will pop out and hello, Martin. I will pop
He's
out.
popping out and I'm popping in.
Martin,
all right.
Live on the YouTube.
All right, you guys are good to go. I'm just making sure.
Everything looks good.
Okay.
I'm getting chat from RC that suggests that she can hear us. So audio.
Excellent. Thank you, RC. Catch you later.
Hello, early birds. Practice for the Indianapolis Motor Speedway here for the Mid-Engine Duel. Audis versus Ferraris. Audi R8s, Ferraris 488s. And I'm probably not going to be commentating much of this. Just enjoy the cars. For the time being, my co-commentator is not here. We're not live now. It's just practice session. It's a pretty empty server. If you want to see something, let me know. But that's really about it right now. Also, I have a canker sore, so I'm not a happy camper. I'll probably put us on board with somebody. Let's have a look here. When Tobias Thirolf comes out of the pits, we'll ride with him. See what a lap looks like, because he is the undisputed fastest man alive, destroyer of worlds. Currently up on pole, but he's currently sitting in the pit lane. Once he pops out, we'll go on board with him. Oh, there we go. The auto director knew what I wanted. Looking for a decent cockpit cam here would be nice. No, not really. Whoa, big spin. Big spin. Okay. Well, this is the closest I got to you for the cockpit cam. So we'll head around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Of course, not the oval, but the Formula One style Grand Prix road course that they've got going on here. And I'll detail the lap as we go through once he gets back to start. Although, man, he is really looking like he's sliding around a fair bit. Pretty amazing. This is the ending here, and heading on to the part of the oval that actually gets utilized around here, of course. So basically the first two turns. Around there, and go for a lap of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The historic Motor Speedway. So I assume this is the original layout that we had for the 2000 USA GP that was here. Way back in, well, the year 2000, obviously. We open up here with this twisty bit here, the right-left combo. And then we into the right-hand sweeper here, which is a two-parter. A lot of overtakes will happen in that sector right there. And I don't think in any way you're going to see any less action through here. There tends to be a lot of side-by-side fun. James Butler heading off the track. We get a little bit of a straightaway here, kind of a mid-lap straightaway that you'll see some overtakes on. Obviously, this is a good run into this turn, into this left-hander right here. And then through here, I don't think we'll see a lot of overtakes. You can go side by side through here, but it's very, very tricky. And this is kind of like the follow the leader section. You just kind of want to set yourself up for this turn right here, this right-hander, where we head on to the embankment. Seeing not a spectacular lap from Tobias, but not a bad one either. Come across the line, 6/10 off of his fastest lap time. That would still put him third quickest for me. That's still faster than Martin Emmons, who's P3 right now. Although you never know. No idea what these guys are running in terms of setups or fuel loads right now, because obviously this is practice. Some of the guys might be working out some heavier fuel loads to get some things going, or it might be some lighter stuff. Recap of the rules coming into today. So it is a 60-minute race today, which means there will be a mandatory pit stop around Indianapolis. And they will have 30 minutes to qualify in 21-minute time. Interesting. Quick rundown of the championship standings as it, stands. Tobias Thierolf leads the way. He has won 4 out of the 5 races this season. He's got 240 points. Second place is 174 for Martin Emmons, and then 152 for Alfonso Alexandre. Magic Kaszczuk, Matt Al, Dirk Breschel, Antonio Costa, James Butler, Fumihiro Kobayashi, and Rene Irma round off the top 10. The other winner for the record was Alfonso Alexandre back in round about... My brain is blanking on what track that was. That was Imola. So he was defeated at Imola, and that was it. He has won Interlagos, Twin Ring Motegi, Donington Park, and both Donington Park races, actually. That was a doubleheader. And Zhejiang. So it's interesting. We still have Nogaro for a doubleheader, then a 90 minutes of Bathurst to round off the series. So the championship is still in play, but it is becoming increasingly difficult to see a world where Thierolf does not take home the title. Constructors-wise, Ferrari leads the day with 1,077 points to Audi's 789, and I think that's only going to become stronger because the ballast from the Ferraris due to EOP adjustments in the game. Turn the auto director back on now that we've had a look at the at everything. We pick up Jeb Sparks, looking nice in his I forget the company that sponsors that car. It's one of my favorite liveries here for the Ferraris. But of course, I would be an Audi traditionalist. We also have Alfonso Alexandre and Scott Nick here. So we have 9 racers in the server so far. That's a little bit low. Hopefully that picks up. Hopefully we get like double that on the grid. That would be ideal. Sparks puts up his first officially timed lap there for 7th place. Andrew D looking sharp in the car guy Ferrari. Across the line, 6.64 off, so not an improvement on his actual lap time. And it was. I always forget that the spectator unfortunately gives like slightly not accurate timing data. But yeah, that was his fastest lap at a 24.408. The fastest lap overall is a 23.819. Oh, somebody's got 100% damage.
You've got 100% damage to your leg.
Well, no, that would be like the entire removal of the leg, would not?
Well, didn't they do
that?
Like
Jeff Sparks hit the wall at some point and he missed it. He's in the pits now, but he's all messed up.
He's all messed up. Nowhere to go. So we're not using Parsec today?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. Jeb Sparks has not been damaged. He is he's been called back to his homeland apparently. That would appear to be an internet problem.
Not a skill issue.
I like how he has 0 RPM, but he's going 350 kilometers an hour, baby. That's not good. Hopefully he sorts out whatever technical gremlin he's facing right now. So it's still Theorolf leading the way from Andrew D. Although, again, this is practice. There may be some different gas mileage, some different strategy ideas, some different tires maybe even at play. Who knows what people are working on. I know a guy who... How do I tell this story appropriately? He would spend the entire practice session doing nothing but like full gas tank runs.
Nice.
And people were like, he's going to be really slow, and then in qualifying, he'd pop up in the top 10.
It's all about sandbagging.
I never... He kept saying that running the car on full gas actually gave him a greater feel and confidence level with the car. So, at least according to him, it wasn't a sandbagging thing. But... I don't know. I've never really managed to figure out what to do.
His real name actually was Bilbo Sandbaggins.
No, it was impossible. There was a guy who raced under that name, though, actually. Back when I was in Presto. Formula Presto. I miss that guy. I miss those guys. I see some of them still. They actually make up the core of my the endurance team that I race with, but it's only the Aussie and Kiwi contingent. We lost the Europeans.
Did they take a wrong turn at Albuquerque?
Maybe. Someone needs to get an Albuquerque racetrack. Even if it's like a purely fictional design, just make it happen. I need to be able to take that wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Designed by one Albert Quirquay.
Sometimes the fictional tracks are pretty good. I mean, RaceRoom itself has the RaceRoom Raceway. That's not a real track. It's fun. It's really neat. And my personal favorite was back in the day in the Race On game, Race 07, Race On, GTR Evolution. That whole family of games. There was a purely customizable. There was a fictitious track someone came up with that called himself Road 1, and it was supposedly set in Winnipeg, Manitoba. It was pretty good. It looked incredibly low budget, as anything in Winnipeg probably would. So. Although, of course, the problem with using user-created stuff is you end up with stuff like the Miller Motorsports Park, which we used one season in Presto Pacific Racing League, and I said about the Ferraris losing their ballast, sir. Martin in the chat trying to feed me information that I already gave you people.
What chat?
Yeah, the YouTube chat. We are live.
Oh, why did they go live before 2 p.m. as it was scheduled to be live at 2 p.m.?
I don't know.
Also, why is it not up on my YouTube feed?
It's on the RWB YouTube, not the ESR.
Oh. Well.
We are RWB International time.
Well, that's cool. Things I could have been told about hours ago.
There was...
Or yesterday.
There was confusion.
Hi, everybody. Sorry I couldn't do my intro. I had a cool one planned, but apparently...
Well, you can still do
some
it.
People.
I mean, I think the only people we have watching right now are RC and Martin. I'm sure they would appreciate the intro.
Nope. I have been besmirched and dishonored, and I think the only thing for it is to start drinking apple cider.
Actually, given the fact that according to the chat, according to the YouTube, there are 2 people watching, and I am one of them. That would suggest that perhaps there's really no watchers. There might just be RC.
I was wondering who the fuck you're talking to, because Matt Al's muted. So, and you were talking to somebody when I came in. It's like, oh, maybe I scared Matt Al away.
Talking to the audience.
I frightened Matt Al so much.
No, he's out there racing.
That he
in
ran away to race.
He's in 8th place right now. Although he is in the pit. He could talk.
See, I frightened him away so much he just had to drive off in a big rig.
I remember that I like Scott Nick's livery in this series, and indeed I do. I don't know. I like blue Audis. I think it's a color that just works for the shape of the car.
I feel the same way about dark green and Aston Martins.
Dark green in anything works though. I can't think of a car I don't want to see a dark green.
Ferrari.
Even Ferrari. I mean, I'm not like a huge fan of like the Ferrari shape, just like period. It's just not my favorite car. But I mean, color-wise, dark green works.
Martin, you're from Quebec. You're only 3/5 of a person. Did I say that out loud?
You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to bring our Canadian Civil War into this.
That's not really civil. It's gentle teasing. They gave us poutine. We gave them, not sure, baseball.
I mean, technically, yes. But I don't think they particularly thank us for that. Matt L is typing in the chat. So we got Matt L watching. We got RC. RC demands to be acknowledged as a person. She is.
Indeed. The highest of 5 to RC.
RC, I see Sonya sent the dogs after you by telling them anyone who wants the whole rundown of the DDP situation should contact you. So that's good.
What, like the super heavy metalweight title?
No. He's fighting in
Different
today's
DDT.
card. Drickus Duplessis.
Oh, I thought you said DDT. Also,
DDP.
DDP is Diamond Dallas Page. Stop doing that.
I'm sorry. DDP has also referred to DDP as DDP. So I think Diamond Dallas Page has given his blessing here.
I do not care.
I feel like Diamond Dallas Page is the ultimate authority on this matter.
I still don't care.
Probably gonna watch him get taken apart by Robert Whittaker, which I'm pretty okay with.
That will be entertaining because I think he's gonna try to do some horrible things to Robert Whittaker, and then Robert Whittaker's gonna like let him do it for a round and go, "Oh, you're out of gas, cool."
Well, it'll be interesting to see, like, because he did get nose surgery, and I don't believe the whole, like, 8% oxygen thing, but, like, it is possible that his stamina will look better. And his willpower is impressive, because, like, that I've never seen a man look so exhausted, yet continue to be so aggressive.
That's fair. Although the oxygen thing is a misquote. It's he was only getting like 8% air flow.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I know. I'm making fun of the quote, but like, you know, there was something wrong with his nose, and in theory, there isn't now. So it'll be interesting to see how that affects it. I don't think it'll lead to a win, because I just don't think he's good enough. I don't think cardio is the issue.
I have bad news for anybody showing up for food tomorrow. I was doing pork belly, now I'm doing cast iron pizza. It's a menu change.
That also sounds delicious.
It is. It really is. My boy Chris was going to come over. We were going to watch some movies, but then he was like, oh, wait. The family and I are headed to Jasper on Monday, so rather than party all Sunday and then try and drive, why don't we reschedule?
Gotcha. Got another driver has joined the field. We got Vic Vague out there now. So welcome, Vic. So we're up to 10. This is a troublingly small grid. Well,
I mean, it is the weekend after the most important weekend in the world.
Not really for our friends on the other side of the pond, though.
They could have some freedom installed upon themselves.
There was actually a joke on the Heavy Hands podcast, because one of the Heavy Hands podcast co-hosts, Phil McKenzie, is from the UK, and he will, like, you know, as a bit refer to Connor, his co-host, as a colonial, and they actually literally there literally was a 4th of July parade going on as they recorded the last episode outside of Connor's house. Like, I guess he lives on a fairly major street. There was a bit where for about 5 minutes you could hear the music from the parade. And he's like, yes, the parade is coming from my house. There is no 4th of July parade where Phil is. I wonder why that is.
I just thought it was interesting.
Phil's response is, do not worry. In about a decade's time, the colonials will be brought to heel, and the 4th of July will take its appropriate place as Colonial Day.
I just thought it was interesting that we could just make a whole 4 or 5 day weekend of the whole shebang and just combine national holidays. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, we had Canada Day, and we had U.S. Independence Day, July 1st and July 4th. So there you go.
The day
Alfonso Alexandre yet. That is
the day that America revealed to the world that it had a drinking problem. Didn't know how to make tea.
It's just we're just 4 weeks away from Bathurst there, Byron. So,
oh my god.
Finale of this series will be 90 minutes of the Bathurst.
And we're only a couple of weeks away from Inouye versus Fulton Jr. It's going to be fun.
Monster.
The Monster versus Cool Boy Steph.
That's boxing for those who are uninitiated.
The punch to cuffs.
And we got UFC 290 later today.
Oh, I think it weighs a little bit more than that.
I require, when we get to like UFC 310, the main event has to be a lightweight title fight, because 155 plus 155 is 310. Boom!
Or they could have a super heavyweight fight.
Yeah, we don't do that. They're not very
Why
good. It's not very good.
Wow. They could be.
As for the why, I actually don't know, because the UFC seems to be under the belief, whether it is true or not, that like heavyweights draw like, you know, viewership, interest, etc.
Mm-hmm.
You would think super heavyweights would actually just do it more.
Yeah.
They have the same problems and the same appeal. Scott, Nick, and James Butler. Maybe doing a little bit of draft work there, I don't know. Or more likely, Butler is just literally just tailgating around here in practice. I really like Steve Davidson's livery, the orange car. I like that.
What if I told you that James Butler is actually pedaling his car around the track?
That'd be very impressive.
Legs of steel.
Don't really like when we get stuck on this camera here with the auto director. And it's just looking down the straightaway that makes it the start-finish line.
All helicam all the time.
There is Scott Nick, still being tailgated by James Butler. How's he doing? 2.3 off in the first sector. Wow. That's a lot of time. Let's see how he does in the second sector. Third sector here, admittedly, is like, you know, nothing. So, okay, so he's 3.4 off. He might be able to get a better time, but like he's not going to do much.
But will he be able to achieve better space?
And he crosses the line. Yep, that is the new fastest lap for him. The 1 minute 27.459. Still sees him in 8th place, though, which is last of the cars that have posted a lap time, as Vic Vega and Alfonso Alexandre still have not posted a lap. And Vic is not going to do it this time as he ducks into the pit lane.
Duck in the pit lane. I mean, it's better than a goose in the pit lane.
Surely gonna make you lose your mind. Although, I mean, a goose will probably attack the car.
Goose would attack the car. Goose would not stand for these shenanigans. I forgot. So yesterday I had my internet upgraded to fiber, and my internet's so fast now that I've already seen this race, and I'm just trying not to spoil it for you.
Indeed, he's ahead of time. He's ahead of us in time.
But so like the guy was here for like 4 hours because he had to do a whole bunch of extra work that no one told him he was going to have to do. And I'm just so happy they sent the one guy that can probably do literally do everything. And right near the end, I had to, like, for the last hour, I had to lock the cat away in my bedroom because the guy was in and out of the house. And my cat likes to do, you know, big run jobs, just sprint around outside and flee up trees and be an idiot. So right near the end, he's like, "Oh, can you know, do me a favor, go in your bedroom, check out on your phone, make sure, you know, like YouTube and stuff is good, all that." And I'm like, it's literally, you know, it's feet away, my guy. I can guarantee you it's fine. But I did what he wanted, and I, without thinking about it, opened the door to the bedroom. The cat sprints out. I'm like, oh well. I mean, he's gonna meet Goose now. So I checked YouTube on my phone. Like, yeah, it's working great. I go out, and my cat's dashing around, sprinting around. The guy was standing behind my armchair that's near my desk, and my cat sprints across the top of it and sprints back across the top of it. Stops, starts just mugging the guy, rubbing all over him, headbutting him, and like now it's time to bite the guy that I don't know. Like, oh my god, fucking freak.
Send all the confusing messages by attacking the new guy and also headbutting him for effect.
Yeah, you betcha. Gotta give him the full meal deal. Madness.
I see qualifying kicked off while I was quickly throwing something out.
Maybe.
And we'll see who can take pole position here. You think anyone's going to take it to top 5's Theorol today?
I think Tobias Thierolf is going to mysteriously blow 3 tires in the second lap.
Really?
Maybe. Probably not.
Find out. Looks like he'll be the one to set the pace here, as that is him, and I believe Andrew D. and Vic Vega were the 3 guys. That might be Vic Vega, actually. We got 2 white Ferraris. I'm not sure which is which. One's Martin Edmonds, one's Vic Vega. The only people not out on track right now are Scott Nick and Alfonso Alexandre, who have elected to remain in the pit lane. Does make me a little bit concerned that Alfonso hasn't left the pit lane yet. They suggest to me he may have connected to the server and then run into the number one problem with the sim racing for a sim racer, white factor.
Potentially.
On the bright side, everybody who's here right now guaranteed a top 10 finish.
Cha-cha-cha.
That is the bright side of a small grid. Sometimes a small grid can be fantastic. What is some close racing? See what benchmark Tobias Thierolf is going to set here. We know 123 is probably where you're looking for to be a fast car around here. And that is a 123.879. 24.867 for Andrew D. 25.566 for Vic Vega. 24.941 for Martin Edmonds.
I believe that is 20 minutes off the pace.
About a second off the pace.
Oh, okay.
Matt Al goes third quickest on a 24.876. So it looks like Matt Al's pretty close with Andrew D. There's a little bit of a separation with everyone else. Steve Davidson, that was not a very good lap. I imagine he's got to improve on that. James Butler goes 6th quickest as well. This is a track that you do actually want to work with like other people as far as getting your best lap in, because there's a significant draft effect on this embankment section.
A giraffe effect.
Giraffe, not giraffe.
Oh, I like it better my way.
Draft facts and giraffe facts. There you go.
Draft facts. Did you know that sometimes it's drafty? Man, it is hot here. It says 29 degrees according to my phone. I don't think that's accurate.
We've been getting a little bit of that too. The other day it was like, it's 23 degrees outside. And I'm like, I still feel like 23 degrees. And I'm like halfway through my walk, I'm like, this is not 23 degrees. I am soaking. I am sweating so much. We've been joined by Jeb Sparks, so he has returned from his mission to the Outer Rim, and he has seen his people and Narfel the Garfock, and he's back.
Show him the Carfax? Is that what you're talking about?
Narfel the Garfock.
Is that a sexual thing?
It's just one of those things that Eddie Mercado says when he's like explaining why his co-host is not on his podcast.
So it is a sex thing.
The way he says it suggests that it may be a sex thing, but he neither confirms nor denies.
That is fair. Ambiguity is the best ambiguity.
He just always says, I am here. My co-host Zane Simon is not here today. He has gone home to his homeland of Gondor, to Narfel the Garfock. As he is known to do, and in his place I have Dane Fox. Or Victor Rodriguez, or whoever they've gotten to replace him. Personally, I am partial to the Eddie Mercado Victor Rodriguez company. They fit nicely together. They're like a PB&J sandwich
with extra goat cheese.
And they also you're guaranteed to go down a cooking / illicit substance tangent.
Very nice.
Because they are both excellent cooks, apparently. And Eddie Mercado is the Bloody Elbow resident expert on anything hallucinogenic. Mr. Greshel making his way through. He's down in 5th place. I expect to see him higher up, if I'm being honest.
Can you take me here? Wheedle, 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 wheedle.
He's got a personal best in sectors 1 and 2, and as I said, sector 3 is relatively short. So I think he's going to move into 2nd place or 3rd place here. And I'm right, 3rd place. It was a 24.793 for Mr. Greshel. He is less than a tenth of a second away from Andrew D. But, and this is the problem, Tobias Thierol's about 9/10 ahead of everybody.
Yep.
That's a problem. Because, you know, those of you at home who are not familiar with the Tobias Thierol experience, the man is not just fast. He's also very consistent, very calm, very collected, very, you know, ready to handle things. And if he's got a speed advantage, he pulls a vanishing act very, very quickly in the race. I do like everyone else appears to be very, very close together. Like, the rest of the field is covered by like 1 second. So at least we should have a good battle further down the order. Got Nick yet to post a valid time. Also, along with him, Alexandre and Sparks yet to post a legal lap. Martin Edmonds' WeatherTech car making his way through the second twisty bit. This track is basically just the in-bank section, twisty bit, straightaway, twisty bit number 2, and then back to the in-bank section, essentially. Martin's got a good lap going here. He's within a second of pole after 2 sectors. Let's see here. Can he improve on his 5th place? He should be able to. And he does. He's past Matt Al into 4th place. It was a 24.84 that time around. Jeff Sparks also getting his first legal lap up there. 26.099. Which will place him 9th quickest at the moment.
Remember, kids, if you don't put up a legal lap, you get deported.
No. You just start at the back.
Right to Yale.
And sometimes, not gonna lie, being at the back, not necessarily a bad thing. You avoid some carnage sometimes. I think the worst example of this was we're doing a wet spa race, and it was in a Assetto Corsa Competizione. And I qualified something like, I don't know, like 17th out of like 22 or something. You know, very, very near the back, back of the mid pack at best. So we're cruising up to La Source, which is the first turn. We go through La Source. Something went wrong around with the pole sitter and the guy who started beside him. They like had contact through La Source, and we're going down to Eau Rouge. And green flags out, go, and I see nothing but carnage in front of me. There are things crashing everywhere, and I just go, okay, we're picking a line and we're going, and that's all I can do. And by the time I got to Lake Home, which is really actually more like the straight after Eau Rouge, which I'm blanking on the name of, and someone's going to give me crap for not remembering the name of the straightaway after Eau Rouge.
It's the straight part. I think it's called the Straits of Magellan.
Kemmel Strait. Boom. I had to look it up. I feel bad. Got to the Kemmel Strait, and I looked over at my position. It's like I qualified 17. Where I'm at? I'm in 3rd. Oh my god. Never have I made up 14 spots through one turn before, but it has been done. It's kind of like the Formula One Belgian Grand Prix at Spa back in 1999 or 1998, when like only 4 cars finished the race.
And 3 of those were bicycles.
2 of them were Jordan F1 cars. It was Jordan's first ever win, actually. Damon Hill and Ralf Schumacher scored a 1-2. Which ironically led to Ralf Schumacher leaving the team because the team ordered him not to overtake Damon in the wet because there was to verbatim quote Damon Hill's radio message. Listen, we're on pace for a 1-2 here. No one but us can screw this up. We could race each other, but it might go very badly. And the team ordered Ralph to stay behind Damon. And Michael Schumacher bought his brother's contract out because the Schumachers did not like being told they couldn't go for a win.
And then they were consumed whole by Rubens Barrichello.
No, they were not. Rubens kind of got eaten alive by Schumacher. I mean, every Schumacher teammate got eaten alive by Schumacher, so that's neither surprising nor a particular indictment of Rubens Barrichello. Oh, Alexandre's out on the track finally. Let's hop on with him. Let's see the most. There is the heli cam. I like this cam though, actually. There's him there in the AlphaTauri Ferrari, which is the second Ferrari going through your shot. Not the first one. The first one is that's the AF Corsa Ferrari. Who's running that one? I think that's Jeb Sparks, maybe.
I believe it is Alejandro Estrada.
Estrada. Oh, no, Alfonso, don't give up on the lap. I mean, plenty of time left. There's like half of qualifying still to go. There's plenty of time. It's not a rush, but I would like to see him get a lap time off there at some point in the near future. See if we pick up somebody who's on some kind of decent hot lap. Also giving everyone a tour of the lovely liveries that will be on display today in the race. Here we go. James Butler, decent first sector. Not great second sector. So probably not be an improvement on his lap time.
What I would recommend is going out with 2 drops of fuel to save weight, and then putting on the best wrap of your life.
That is generally what people do. Like you go as low fuel as you can, and you go out there to it's why qualifying laps are faster than the race laps. Go out there on low fuel and you go hard for leather. You go 110% for the entire lap.
Well, I mean, what if you go 111%? Then it's even better.
And of course, there are some people who we commentate on who apply that to the race as well. Bertrand Barrier comes to mind as a guy who is never leaving much in the way of room for error. Alfonso Alexandre here. Let's see. Is this a timed lap or is this a warm-up lap? Looks like it's a warm-up lap. Oh, there we are. All right, on to the time lap. Watch him from the helicopter.
This is the escape. He's trying to get away. The cops are coming.
As he makes his way through squiggly bit number 1. He would love to be like within a half second of pole through the first sector here. We'll see if we can do that. Oh, we can! 353. That's looking good. Not looking at pole, but I mean, well, it's getting closer. Edmonds is pulled within a second. Andrew D, Greshel, and I think we'll see Alexandre fit somewhere around probably Greshel or D right now. I don't think he can do what Martin did, but we'll find out. Oh, never mind. An amazing second sector for Alfonso Alexandre. He's going for it. And he'll come across the line, I think, in second place. Third place it is. He couldn't quite... Oh, my... It's Byron. It's a thousandth of a second, Byron.
God dang.
That was so close. It literally, on the camera control, has him and Martin with the same time. 124.382. It's Jerez 1997 all over again. See what we can do here with the second time lap. Edmonds just went faster. He put up a 124.347. But Alexandre is looking faster. He's 0.29 off of the pole position after Sector 1. So him and Martin and Andrew are throwing down the gauntlet right now for second place, if nothing else. Oh, he was faster than the pole position in Sector 2. This should be second place easy. Here we go. Across the line. He's got it. Alexandre, 124.207, and we lost Jeb Sparks again.
God dang it, Jeb. Y'all need to stop letting them squirrels chew on the goddamn lines.
10 minutes to go, though. So Martin's got a chance to strike back here if he can. We'll find out. Nope. Alexandre with a little spin there. D's in the pits. Matt Al, Steve Davidson, and Andrew D are actually the only 3 cars on track right now. So they've got the track to themselves. They've got free air. Let's see what they can do. Not a bad first sector for Andrew D. 338 off. It's a little bit slower than what we saw from Alexandre, so I don't think he can get promoted off of this. But a good second sector might give him a shot. Let's see what he can do. Not bad. 434. I still don't think that there's going to be an improvement here, but this might be a personal best for him, which is important. And your own time can be quite handy. And I am correct. Personal best at 24.447. Jeff Sparks is back, by the way. But that is not enough time to improve D from his current 4th position in the car guy Ferrari. Oh, we got Next Level Racing as one of the sponsors now. That's cute. That's the people who made my sim rig, and they did a very good job. So there you go. they would like to, encourage me to give them more praise. I am brevable. Good first sector from Andrew D. Better than last time. He's got a shot at beating his 24.447 right now. Trying to move back into the top 3, which he was booted out of by Alfonso Alexandre. Second, ooh, not bad. 389. He's got a shot at Martin. I don't think he has a shot at Alfonso. And it's still 4th place, but a new personal best, 24.406 for Andrew D. We lost Jeb Sparks again. So if you have money riding on Jeb Sparks in this race, you may want to abandon that bet. He's got some problems, it seems. Abandon that run. Who's still out there? We got Alfonso, we got Dirk, and we got Tobias Thierolf. Let's check in with Mr. Thierolf. Got a good first sector, but I mean, unlikely to beat his own time here. Yeah, he's 4/10 off. What about Alfonso here in the AlphaTauri Ferrari?
A little tardy in the AlphaTauri.
First sector here. What was that?
A little tardy in the AlphaTauri.
A little tardy in the AlphaTauri, yeah.
I don't feel tardy.
AlphaTauri, of course, is not going to be a thing after next season in Formula One. They're going to change their name.
I'm going to change it to Frank.
There's a lot of pressure to have them rename themselves Minardi because the story of the AlphaTauri team goes back to the 1970s when Minardi, which was this horribly underfunded Italian team, got into F1 and lasted until the 2000s, so like 20 some odd years. And they sold to Red Bull, which led to them being redubbed Toro Rosso, which of course is Red Bull in Italian. And then AlphaTauri after the Red Bull fashion design. Everyone wants them to go back to being the lovely minnows of the field, Minardi again, which is a team that gave a stunningly large number of good drivers their first F1 starts, including Giancarlo Fisichella, Jarno Trulli, Fernando Alonso, Mark Webber, Justin Wilson. There are others. A lot of good veteran Italian drivers went through there as well. It would be really, really cool to have that team, that name back on the grid, even though it wouldn't involve Giancarlo Minardi or his successor Paul Stoddard. Still, the name would have value. They also had some of the best liveries, I think, in my time as a Formula One fan.
Would Baby Formula technically be Formula One?
Formula One, yes.
It's the first one.
Mm-hmm. Stop little.
I have a headline for you that it might take the Americans in the audience a little while to figure this one out, but I think you got this. Fox host Larry Kudlow rages that Biden's climate plan will force Americans to drink, quote, plant-based beer.
I see.
Pardon? Listen, if you got a pepperoni-based beer, I don't know if I'd drink it, but I'd be interested to know more about it.
I would be intrigued to hear about its various positives and negatives. Jeb apparently is having router issues. He's trying to resolve them.
Shotguns.
I mean, the general rule with Larry Kudlow is anything he says
is on Fox.
I mean, even by Fox standards, Larry Kudlow is pretty dumb.
Oh, really? I didn't know they had standards.
At least, like, some of the Fox guys will, like, try and take something and, like, try to take, like, a little grain of truth, a little sliver of it, and try to blow it up. Larry Kudlow's just, like, says stuff that is just absolutely asinine and doesn't make any sense at any time. Through, like, any lens. So,
there are a few Scar gifts from The Lion King. I'm surrounded by idiots.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
There's a pretty good gif of Niles and Fraser Crane kind of looking around the apartment confused at each other for a while. that one's good. And of course, classic Malcolm Reynolds, hand wave, doesn't know what to say, eventually puts hand back underneath chin, not saying it.
It did. Actually, one of the YouTube channels I subscribe to just finished up watching Firefly for the first time ever.
Nice.
We got the reactions.
And
they're pretty good. They enjoyed it. They liked the episodes I liked. So that this confirms my
there you go.
My general ranking.
I can't remember who it was. Some YouTube channel I watched or still watch, don't remember, because I don't remember where this came from, but one of the people on the channel, I finally got around to watching Firefly, and they're like, oh yeah, what it was, he's like, it was fine, and people were like, what? He's like, it was just like, everybody told me how awesome it was, and it just didn't live up to the hype. I'm like, yeah, no, that's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Like, I mean, the best example I have for that, for like I can't think of a racing example, but like a combat sports example would be like, I wasn't blown away by the last fight not the last fight, but the second to last fight between Moreno and Figueiredo, just because I built it up so much in my head that like, it could not deliver. it could not bring it home, and I could definitely see Firefly being a similar experience for somebody. Her favorite episode was the second episode with Niska, when Mal and Wash get taken captive.
I don't know. I like the first one where he kicks the guy into the engine.
That one's also good, but I think it was that she couldn't stop laughing at the Shepard. Doesn't the Bible have a couple of like really strong things to say about killing? Yes, but it is, however, a lot more hazy on the subject of kneecaps.
I love the commentary for that episode.
So we got Tobias Theerolf on pole ahead of Alfonso Alexandre, Martin Edmonds, Andrew D, Dirk Greshel, Matt Al, Steve Davidson, James Butler, Vic Vega, Scott Nick. Jeb Sparks has made it back in the server, so he'll presumably start from 11th place. You may continue.
I was going to say the commentary for that one involves Alan Tudyk, and apparently they shot all of the Malcolm Reynolds close-up shots before lunch, and then they broke for lunch, and then I don't know if this was intentional or not, but apparently Alan Tudyk ate a shitload at lunch, and they came back to do all of the wash scene, like close-ups and coverage and stuff, and so he had like the gut, like the post-lunch gut hanging out. It was pretty funny.
All right, we got a 2-minute warm-up here, and then it'll be off to the 60-minute race with a mandatory pit stop.
Apparently the stream is lagging. I'm not shocked. We're doing this kind of a roundabout fashion.
I have not noticed it myself.
Fair enough.
There were a couple bits, don't get me wrong, but it seemed okay from what I was seeing.
I do have the stream paused because I'm just reading chat when I'm watching live.
Is anybody other than Martin Pater having issues with the stream? We could possibly try to work on the idea that like maybe the issues on Martin's end. Possibly. I seem okay.
Oh, Peter. RC says stream good.
All right. It could be an issue on Martin's end then.
I'm going to go ahead and say that it's probably the internet. Just in general.
But hopefully we're okay. But if Mad Al can hear the sound of our voices, then give a check. I don't know. That's the best I got.
Did you know that water buffalo can hold their breath up to 3 years?
I did not. I'm not an expert in
That's because it's not true. Aha, bamboozled.
I mean, I just don't know anything about water buffalo.
Nope. They're buffalo, and they swim real good. And that's not a joke. They do.
Waiting for the grid to form up here, and we'll get ready for 1 hour of Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. My goodness. Another water buffalo fact. The buffalo mozzarella you can get from the store sometimes if you're real lucky.
Yes, sir.
Water buffalo milk.
Hmm.
I think I don't remember if they import them from Africa or India, but they import them into Italy and they keep them on farms, and that's where
here we go. Grid is formed.
Buffalo mozzarella.
It'll be Tobias leading the way. Also, Durlon Iceman, late addition from the wild area of Brazil. Well, I don't know why I blanked on Brazil there. But anyways, we're off and heading down turn 1 here. 12 cars, mid-engine duel, RWB, ESR Tugas. Here we go. And, oh, Lord.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, that's not strictly illegal.
Not good. That was the Iceman. Durlon Iceman shooting through the corner. He is off. And Alfonso Alexandre got off to a better start. He leads the way from Martin Edmonds, Andrew Dean, Dirk Greshel, Butler, and then it is Thierolf. Further back, Jeb Sparks having problems. I think he's disconnected again.
That seems like a thing.
Steve Davidson also off the track.
So he either got paid to torpedo that dude on purpose, had a technical issue, or
joined the server without practice. To be honest, it's also
fucking rage.
Know where the breaking point would be.
Sir, the drastic torpedoing, business or pleasure?
So Alfonso Alexandre does lead the way. Martin Edmonds in second place. D. Greshel, Butler, Thierolf, Mad Al, Vic Vega, Scott Nick, Durlon Iceman, and Steve Davidson. Jeb Sparks appears to have reconnected and is in 9th place. I don't know what's going on with Jeb's right now, but hopefully it hangs on. We enjoy watching Jeb's race, and hopefully he can participate in the fullest extent that is possible. Speaking of which, he is in battle with Scott Nick over 9th place. That is Jeb Sparks in the Ferrari there, and Scott Nick in the Audi R8. They battle over 9th place here in the pecking order. Only 12 cars on the field today, so there's a lot of points to be played up for here. Vic Vega, you have 5 credits for violation of the verbal abuse statute.
Be sure to visit raceday.watch.
Mm-hmm.
Or else.
I know
Actually,
Racing About Watch is talking about putting together some like Assetto Corsa kind of stuff. So like if you're into Assetto
Sounds
Corsa,
gangster.
and not Assetto Corsa competition, it would be definitely a place to look at. I never really got into Assetto Corsa. I really probably should have.
Equizorcha.
Andrew D on the attack against Martin Evans, although we're getting a look at the parking lot instead. There we are, side-by-side action. Martin in the white, Andrew in the yellow. And for now, the car remains behind the WeatherTech car. Nero, by the way, has gotten past Butler and into 5th place. Dirk Greshel's next up on his list. Battle of the Germans.
Jawohl. Winner takes Switzerland. Can't remember what movie that was.
Butler and Mad Al jousting over 6th place.
I think it was a Wayans Brothers movie. They run into like the Swedish bikini team or something like that. Like they Swedish or Swissish or some shit, and like the Swissish or some shit like that phrase. Fantastic. I don't know why it's stuck in my brain for my whole life. I've never seen the movie. It was in a trailer, I think.
Wolf on the attack, looking to make the overtake on Dirk Greschel here. He's looking around the outside. He's on the high ground. Slinks in beside him. He's got the run. He's got the draft. Can he get around the outside in turn 1 or even before then? If for 4th place, I think he can. He can. Tobias Thirol is making his way back through the field after some problems at the start.
Everybody, there's got to be a GoFundMe out there somewhere. Everybody give Durlon $50. He'll make the problem go away.
It didn't work. Thirol's coming back.
Correct. Money back, not guaranteed. Ooh, take the money and move.
James Butler trying to find his way around Mad Al. Mad Al in the Valentino Rossi Ferrari. Monster Energy. I like it. It's good livery action. And I know you like James Butler's.
Yeah, the African special. Looks like a pair of shoes that I almost own once.
Looks like they're catching up to Greschel, so that might become a 3-way battle for 5th place, rather than a 2-way battle for 6th. They're also technically sort of catching up to Thirol, but me and Byron have seen this tap dance before with Tobias, and he's probably not going to be involved in that battle. Jeb Sparks on the attack against Vic Vega, looking for 8th place. Didn't see any pit stop action for quite some time. I imagine we'll be looking at pit stop action about the halfway point. Probably 35 minutes left to maybe 25 minutes left. Would be the sweet spot. James Butler still on the tail of Mad Al here, looking for 6th place. It's a small field, but we got some good battles going on, and that should keep our eyes peeled on it.
Because they're about to whip the tire irons out and go at each other.
He's not quite that destructive.
I don't know, we started up pretty hot.
We did, but I feel like that's going to be the highlight of your carnage for the day.
Wow, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I say that, and then I forget. We're going to be watching UFC after this.
We're watching the fights, smoking crack.
Butler looking down the inside. He might actually have it. He's coming from a far way back, but Mad Al really did not close the door there. Butler's got it. That's 6th place for the Byron's favorite livery.
I mean, non-present company excluded.
Greshel's hanging on to Tobias. He's kind of just taking him up to the fight with D and Edmonds there, slowly but surely. Alexandre's making good headway at the front. He's 1.7 seconds up on Martin Edmonds, so he's doing his best to try and get that second win of the season.
So we get Andrew D, Scott, Nick, and one more person. Brain's blanking. Do we have any drivers with the last name that starts with F?
F. We used to have Dave Fight, but he hasn't shown up in a while.
Oh, well, that's possible. We get those three guys together, we could have Team DNF.
Thinking of any other Fs I can think of here, and I don't know. I'm coming up kind of blank.
Yeah, I had a great idea, and then it's like, oh wait.
Nope, Mad Al coming back at James Butler. Same corner that Butler made the overtake on him, and he'll take that spot back.
We get Francisco Liriano. Mike, it's too hot. What the fuck?
We've been through this.
Can we pin this on the boomers?
I mean, technically everything wrong on the planet is kind of the boomer's responsibility if you really...
True.
Tobias is getting closer and closer to Andrew D and that third place on the podium. What's his pace relative to the race leader? He's about 3/10 faster than the race leader right now. Did a 24.582 last time around. Last time around for Alfonso was an 8.85.
Great. Now I have medium pace by Adam Sadler running through my head. Medium pace.
God damn it, Tobias! You just literally did the exact same lap time as the last lap. So this man is finely tuned. He's got that consistency.
Not to be confused with a consistent ocean.
So Alexandre 1.6 seconds up. Andrew D still in third. You can see he's under pressure from Theerwolf. Russell's not too far away as well. Further back, James Butler and Matt Al are still battling it out. Vic Vega, Jeb Sparks battling it out as well. Scott Nick kind of having his own race. Steve Davidson kind of having his own race. Sterling Iceman kind of having his own race. But I assume some things will kick off. I assume that there will be an interesting stewarding discussion in regards to Sterling Iceman and turn one.
RC says he's doing the driven quarter thing. I don't know what that means. And I don't know who she's referring to.
Driven quarter thing. Oh! There's a scene in the movie Driven where to demonstrate how tuned in the driver is, he goes out on track and drops change at he drops a quarter at every turn. And as he's driving the lap, he literally picks up the quarters with the same tire over and over again.
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen the Dang Dare movie. I should probably watch that again. I enjoyed it.
I mean, it is a completely not accurate racing movie, but I enjoyed it.
Racing movie.
I loved it.
Oh wait, are we talking about? I'm thinking about Drive with or Driver.
No, Driven's the Sylvester Stallone kart.
Cool. Right. So I picked up on that. Now I can't remember which one's the Ryan Gosling movie. Driver.
Driver, I think, is the Gosling one.
Drive.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be. It would literally have not have surprised me if it was also named Driven.
Well, yeah, then I just immediately made that mistake. Like, I don't remember quarters in that movie. I don't. What am? That's not that kind of movie.
Tobias is coming on to him here. This is where we saw him make the overtake on James. Wasn't Butler? It was Gresham. He's looking to do the exact same thing to Andrew D, and he will. He'll get well clear of him. That Audi's got some serious straight line speed. It is bringing it in the draft quite hard. Well, at least it is in his hands. Matt Al, by the way, has overtaken Dirk Breschel. I think Breschel had a moment there because they weren't that close together, frankly, beforehand. And now Jeb Sparks is jousting with Vic Vega over 8th place. They've been jousting over this 8th place for quite some time. But, like, it's particularly close now.
Getting hot and heavy. They're starting to do some jousting.
James Butler does not need much of an invitation to make a move. He is all over the back of Dirk Greshel right now. Keeping an eye on Sparks and Vic Vega, and Sparks just got past him before I could switch the camera over. My apologies, everybody.
You're the worst. I shall have you horsewhipped.
I will say the one really, really accurate thing that Driven did was there's just like a random race weekend highlight package that they throw in the middle of the movie, and there's a bit where it's like Paul Tracy and Michael Andretti getting way too close together on pit lane. I'm like, that's accurate. That was the most accurate thing in the movie.
Oh shit! The lead actress from Drive, Carrie Mulligan, who's you would recognize if you don't recognize the name, you'd recognize the face. Is English. I had no idea.
With a name like Carrie Mulligan, I kind of see it.
You would, you racist.
I think that's technically nationalistic, not racist, but okay.
Possibly, not sure.
Russell on the tail of Mad Al, trying to get back that 5th place that I still am not entirely sure how he lost. So Dirk, if you happen to watch this video and you want to tell us what happened there, because you were like just very suddenly in the grasp of Mad Al and kind of nowhere. Pit window, by the way, is open. Steve Davidson appears to have parked the car. He's out of the race. That's ill-advised, Mr. Davidson. As Andrew D. Is Alexandre in the pits? I need an answer here. And I've got he is in the pits. Okay, so he's making his pit stop very early. Tobias Thirl also making a very early pit stop. Interesting. Russell goes up the inside of Mad Al, and kind of similar to how James Butler made the overtake on him stick. He'll do that as well and move into what is right now 3rd place. But of course, 2 of the front runners have made a pit stop.
Do the step with the armpit low.
That's a very, very early pit stop too. It's like we're only we're not even 20 minutes into this race. We're not even 3rd distance, and
so early we're going to call that the
Simmons
Special.
Indeed.
Ironically.
The anti-Simmons Special. Hands the lead over to Martin Edmonds. Andrew D 2nd, Russell 3rd, Matt Al 4th. You can see him in the screen, as well as James Butler, who's in 5th. Jeb Sparks 6th, Vic Vega, Scott Nick, and then the pit stoppers, Alexandre and Thirlwolf, then Iceman, who is lapped in. And Steve Davidson has retired from the race.
I'm a little surprised that Durlon Ickman has not been nuked from orbit. Well, back in my day, if I called out a black flag, boy, you dead. You ain't staying on race no more.
That's true. The old World of Tanks Mario Kart.
I can't remember. Somebody brought like a Leopard 1 or something as a race marshal and just kill that man. Yes, sir. Boom.
That was me.
Oh, was it? Maybe it was.
It was me. I'm like, what is the thing that's going to actually run these PZ1Cs down? Bring me the Leopard.
Yeah.
I also remember doing it in the M48 Patton at one point and just like nudging the guy off a cliff instead of shooting him.
In other movie news, there are rumors that there's going to be an Atomic Blonde sequel. And I have demanded that for quite a long time.
I never demand sequels because I never know what they're just going to F up for no apparent reason.
I've been demanding it internally. Inside my mind. Like, I don't understand.
Butler is thinking about making a move on Mad Al. We'll see if that becomes a thing. And of course, the other question is, of course, do you just pit right now and undercut Mad Al to try to play the that kind of battle? Jeb Sparks is either off the track or in the pits or under the ground again. He may be out of the race. I think that's what this goes down to. Mad Al on the attack against Stuart Greshel there for second place. Martin Edmonds, by the way, is in the pit lane. And, the lead has been taken by Mad Al. So I thought Mad Al was going to be under attack from James Butler, and far from it. He advances a spot, and it just seems like Greshel is not really on it right now because Butler swings around him as well. Andrew D is your new leader with Martin Edmonds pitting. Edmonds comes out between Alexandre and Thirol. Vic Vega's been in as well as Durlan Iceman. So we've had a couple of pit stops. But we have 6 more to go. Possibly 5 more. Depends on what happens with your boy Jeb Sparks. I'm a little concerned for him. I'll just put it that way.
Listen, Durlan, if you're out there, you need more work. I could probably hook you up. There's other video games out there.
There he is, right there.
People need to just be like taken out. Probably make some money together.
Going with the Brabham race team, Tugas Racing International. Deal. Brabham, of course, a legendary F1 team that had a legendary bad ending. Dirk Greshel heading into the pit lane.
Do we bribe him and how?
And that promotes Butler. Well, doesn't promote Butler. It promotes Sparks and Nick to the top 5. Durlan Iceman, slow down penalty for abuse of track limits.
Track limits? What kind of restrictive regime are you running here?
The same as every racing circuit does, sir.
What if I feel more comfortable running on the grass? What if I think it's nicer on the tires?
You really don't want to. This is really bad on there. Butler coming in the pits.
What if I put chains on?
Actually, not just Butler. Mad Al coming in the pit lane as well. So that'll promote Sparks up to second place, who appears to be running again. There he is. He's not underground anymore. He's back. He has tunneled to the surface and seen the light.
Jeb? How y'all is? Jeb, let's sit down and talk to me. Oh, no, you gotta go? All right.
Andrew D in the lead.
I'll have to see his people.
He's in the lead because of pit stops, not because of pace. We'll see if this overcut works for him.
I think what had happened is Jeb, somebody filled his car full of squirrels, and he's just having difficulty right now.
Vic Vega having a little bit of an off there, but he joints seemingly without any particular issue. Jeff Sparks' car looking remarkably clean considering he drilled to the center of the earth and returned. Fastest lap of the race, out of curiosity, is a 24.471. Would you like a guess, Byron?
I don't think I have to guess. You just said it out loud.
No. Would you like to guess who owns that lap?
Oh. Is it an NFT? Because it could be anybody.
It's not NFT.
No. Well, that's good, because it would depreciate in value immediately. Like all NFTs do.
Indeed.
I'm going to go with John Quincy Adams.
Mr. Tobias Thirol.
Oh, that's probably a better answer. Yep. Probably more topical.
It's definitely the odds-on favorite right there.
That is fair. I should have saw that coming.
So we're still waiting on the top three to pit. D, Sparks, and Nick. Alexandre is probably really... Oh, okay, Scott Nick let him through. I was going to say, someone who might not appreciate the long running without pit stops here is Alphonse Alexandre, because he got caught behind Scott Nick there for a moment. And we know he wants to get as much distance between him and Tobias Thirol as possible. But Scott Nick made that very, very easy to realize that that was not his battle. And that the only people he was helping were Martin Edmonds and Tobias Thirol. And, I mean, Scott would never help Martin Edmonds. And I suspect he would never help Tobias Thirol. Martin Edmonds, speaking of which, is now on his butt.
God dang. What if
Next up on the Scott Nick? Next up to pass Scott Nick, Tobias Thirol.
Indeed.
Does that very easy. Scott's getting out of the way really well. I mean, on one hand, that's very gentlemanly, but on the other hand, Scott, if you're going to do it this way, you might just want to pit. Just get yourself out of the way that way. But next up will be Mad Al. Let's see if Scott pits this time around. Nope, he's going for the lap. Dirk Greshel putting the pressure on James Butler, but not really within striking distance quite yet. These are the closest cars on the track. Approaching half distance. I imagine we'll see D and Sparks and Nick in the pits shortly. But exactly when is the question. I would say between now and 25 minutes left in the race, which is a almost 8-minute period, which is almost like 4 laps, but well, more than 4 laps actually. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't really think that there's a lot of value in still being out there at this moment. How are the lap times? D is running 25 flats. Sparks is Sparks is not really battling with the leaders, so that's not really important. But D is losing about 8/10. He's losing a full second to Thirolf. He may want to get in there. He's not. He is not running good lap times right now. But I would suggest getting into some fresh tires. Pretty shit soon for him.
And 2 new oil filters.
Well, if he needs a new oil filter, he's got a bigger problem. Thirolf, by the way, is on the attack against Martin Edmonds, looking to get that 4th place. And what will probably be second once all the pit stuff sorts itself out here. I imagine that Sparks and D will both... Well, Sparks for sure. And most likely D will drop behind Thirolf when they hit. On turn 1, this could be the moment here for the Audi. We've seen him do this a couple of times along the embankment start-finish line, and he's got it. He's got great straight line speed, it seems, and he moves up into 3rd place on track. 2nd place effectively. By the way, D has been in the pits, and D has come out behind. Jeb Sparks does continue to circulate, as well as Scott Nick having not yet made their pit stops. And D is going to rejoin behind Dirk Gresham. Nick is in the pits as well. It's really just Jeb Sparks left.
Sparks to the left.
Oh,
Sparks
Matt Al
to
off
the
the
right.
track.
Matt Al up in the fucking stuff with you.
He's up in the. He was up in the sand trap there.
Oh, really?
He was in the kitty litter there with a big spin. Drops him down to 8th place. There is your race leader, Jeb Sparks. I mean, he's only there because he hasn't pitted yet, but he's enjoying it. He's enjoying getting some laps led.
After all the bullshit he's been through, I'll let him enjoy it as long as he wants to.
Indeed. He's had a tough day, and he didn't give up trying to race here today. I appreciate that. I think Scott Nick may have just picked up drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, Jebs is in the pits. Or stopped on track. Oh, no. No, don't tell me he ran out of fuel.
That would be kind of funny.
Confirmation of drive-through penalty for Scott Nick. No, Jebs, get the car running. Jebs. I think he ran out of gas. Puts Alfonso Alexandre back in the lead. Oh boy, that is heartbreaking. And Martin Edmonds, I think that's a lapping situation. I think that's Scott Nick getting lapped by Martin and Tobias. And Jebs is still stationary on the track. Dirk Gresham on the attack against James Butler. He looks to the inside, but it's not a great overtaking spot right there. So Butler will retain. I think you really got to be looking at the turn 1 area for the overtake here for both Andrew D and for Dirk Gresham if they're going to make a move. Just keep it nice and tight through here. Set it up for the run down along the embankment. Turn 1 is a prime overtaking opportunity. Sparks appears to be still off the track. And side by side, Andrew D will make the overtake around the outside. See that much. And move up into 5th place. And it looks like Jeb Sparks is indeed running again. It's may have been, again, an internet connection issue that caused us to see him stationary on the track.
God damn.
But he appears to be going again.
Sir, if I could share my internet connection with you, A, I wouldn't even feel it, and B, we'd both be having a good time.
It's a rough time, rough time. Andrew D on the tail of James Butler looking for 4th place. So after all the pit stops have sorted out, we got Alexandre leading from Tobias Thierol by less than a second. We have Martin Emmons in 3rd. When we have this battle between Butler, D, Greshel, possibly Mad Al get back into this. I don't know. Jeb Sparks in 8th, 9th for Vega, 10th for Durlon Iceman. It looks like Scott Nick has parked the car. I think it's because he got 2 drive-through penalties. So I think he may have been having a problem with the pit limiter. And he may pop up in the stream chat there. As Mad Al, or Andrew D, pardon me, looks for the move here against James Butler. And he's through. Up in 4th place in the car guy Ferrari. And Thierolf, well, Byron, Tobias Thierolf can smell 1st place. It's right there.
Pretty close to it, pretty close.
He can see it. He knows. He's familiar with the position. We'll just put it that way. Sparks is still shown in the pit lane, although I have learned to not trust what the game is telling me about Jeb Sparks at this point. Oh, here it goes. This is Thierol's spot. This is where he likes to make the overtake. He's on the outside. Alexandre on the inside. And not this time, says Alfonso. He's a little bit compromised on the run through there. Let's see if Thierolf can make the move. Butler's still on the tail of D. Greshel's still on his tail. So plenty of action to go there still. In the battle for 4th place. We'll stick, for the moment, with the battle for the lead. With 24 minutes to go, it is Thierolf hunting Alexandre.
I think you're going to need a bigger Merc.
Well, you need Merc. You need Merc first.
But you did not make the connection to the boat joke and line from the movie. God damn it! You're the worst.
No move this time either. That's the corner it's going to happen if it's going to happen. Tobias really likes the overtake there on the lead up to turn 1. Iceman was off the track there for a bit, but he rejoins. And Jeb Sparks officially has parked the car and retired. We are down to 9 cars. I do tip my hat to Jeb Sparks, though. He tried really, really hard to be out there today, and it just wasn't going to happen. He fought through some technical difficulties that a lot of people would have given up after like the 3rd disconnection. but not Jeb's points. He was here. And he got to lead a couple laps, so that was his reward.
Jeb's in the chat and says...
Game crashed.
Game crashed.
Well, Jebs, we appreciate your efforts, my man.
Indeed, we were cheering for you.
Yep. You were the commentator's number one soft spot tonight. We wanted to see you do well. We were enjoying watching you lead the race, and well, unfortunately, it will come. Unfortunately for you, it will come down to Tobias Thierolf versus Alfonso Alexandre for that race win. Just 0.3 of a second separating first from second place. Martin Edmonds looking pretty confident in third place. He's having a good day. Andrew D has kind of pulled away from James Butler, who's kind of pulled away from Dirk Breschel, who's got a good, comfy thing back to Matt Al. So it really is kind of just this battle. And here we go. Thierolf on the inside this time of turn 1. Can he make it stick?
Put him in the wall.
We've seen a lot of people make this stick. Oh, no! Alfonso! Hanging it around the outside and just where a lot of guys have kind of given up on defending that spot. He's not interested. He's just gonna keep going for it. And he is roughly 0.3 of a second slower than Thierolf right now. So this is a problem. But we'll see. We'll see. We got a lot of time left here. We got a lot of laps to go before the end of this race, and it's going to be a tough ask for that Ferrari to stay in front of Tobias Thierolf in the Audi. But at the same time, you do have to ask the serious question. Thierolf can more or less guarantee the championship with a second place here today. He doesn't need that win. Does he take the championship mindset of just ice the thing and be calm and collected, or does he go for the win? I think he goes for the win. I know you think he goes for the win.
I mean, he's probably really tempted, to say the least.
He probably feels like this win he really deserves this win. I mean, he was leading from pole, and he was the guy who got wiped out by Durlan Iceman. So, at corner 1, here we go. He's on the outside this time. Alexandre on the inside. No. I don't think it's going to work on the outside. I think he needs the inside there. And he had the inside last lap, but it didn't work, so we'll see. Greshel's getting close to Butler. We'll take a look at that in a little bit if things don't develop here. But keeping an eye on it. We'll see if something happens there. That would be a battle for 5th place with the only other surviving Audi on the track, actually, which is Butler, because we've lost Nick, we've lost Davidson. Oh, we got Scott Nick in the chat. No buttons, so I couldn't do my drive-through penalty. Well, that sounds like you should have some buttons, sir. Anyways, down the inside goes Thierolf. I think he's got it. I don't think there's a way for Alexandre to come back at him, but he is trying.
Oh, baby.
He is trying really hard. Inside line for Tobias. And again, my Lord, Alfonso is not giving up. Tip my hat to the Ferrari driver. He is determined to make this as hard as... Oh, my Lord. Contact!
Oh, was there contact?
I think so.
I couldn't quite tell.
Alfonso spins around, but there was room for him. I don't think Tobias was required to give him any additional room there.
Looked clean to me.
That is essentially what I'm saying. There was contact, but I don't think it's a problem. Dirk Greshel's off the track.
Also, Scott, next time, just beat it to death with your notably large genitalia. You don't need buttons.
Looks like Durlon Iceman has parked the car. No, he's been DQ'd. He has been DQ'd from the race.
Wow. What did he do?
Possibly that's an auto DQ because the game has a incident number limit that you cannot cross. And every time you go off the track, and he's been getting a lot. Oh, no, speeding in the pit lane. There's your answer.
That would probably do it.
And I imagine, like, Scott Nick got a drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane. If you speed, like, a little bit, the game is like, no, you got to come back here and do drive-through. If he got DQ'd for speeding in the pit lane, he was, like, going full throttle through the pit lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, the sort of, like, I'm going to kill a mechanic levels of going through the pit lane. Well, unfortunately, with 16 minutes left in this race, we don't really have a battle. We had a fantastic battle between Alexandre and Thirol for the lead, but Alexandre getting spun has put him back in third place, 3 seconds behind Martin Edmonds, and everyone else is kind of spread out after Dirk Russell had some problems and the retirement of Durlon Iceman, or the DQ of Durlon Iceman. So here we go.
Still got must be a horrific offense. Based on the fact that Durlon did nothing else wrong in the entire race.
Nothing at all.
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 Stupid, sexy Iceman.
Tobias going up to lap. That's a big Vega here. Lets him through under the blue flag. So Theorolf leads. Edmonds second. Alexandre third. D. Butler. Al. Russell. Vega. Gonna have a look at the. Gonna have a look at the standings here right now and see who's on pace for their best result of the season. Martin would tie his best results, obviously. He's had 2 seconds already. This one was third. It would be the best results, I think, for Andrew D. Correct. It would tie his best result of 4th place. This would be the best result for James Butler of the season with 5th place. I don't think it's Mad Al's best. No, it's not. He's had a top 5. Similarly, I don't think it's Dirk. Yeah, Dirk Krushel's been on the podium. What about Vic Vega? This would be his 2nd best result. He had a P7 back in round 3.
It's a lot of P.
It's a lot of P.
All right, who else can we get eliminated from this shindig?
Would be would be win number 5 for Tobias Thirolf in a row, and his 6th of the season.
Can we change this to hit the pass rules here in the last 13 minutes?
I don't think anyone's even close enough for that to really do anything.
Fair enough. Start handing
out. The unfortunate thing is there's not really a lot of wheel-to-wheel action right now. The 8 cars are pretty spread out. Keeping an eye on seeing if things are, if anything's going to kind of kick off here. Alexandre is faster than Martin by about a half second a lap, so give it 3-4 laps, he might be on the doorstep there. And otherwise, James Butler lost a lot of time to Mad Al last lap, but I don't know if that's been a recurring thing or if that was just one lap.
No, I'm pretty sure the laps keep recurring.
No, the gaps. The delta. Fastest driver on track right now is Andrew D. 24.908 last time around. Never mind. Tobias Therill was like, I heard you were talking about fastest man on the track, and I just had to remind you I can do a 24.858. Although credit to D, he's within a tenth of a second of Therill on the lap even 24.924. He's like legitimately the second fastest guy on the track right now. Just needs to. Unfortunately, he's 12 seconds behind Alexandre, so like there's not really anything he can do with it.
That must be demoralizing.
A little bit. We'll just keep watching Tobias Therill as he keeps doing his thing. Honestly, let's go on board with him. Actually, we will see not quite what he does because we're technically in the passenger seat, but you know we kinda see what he's doing, what he sees. A little bit disappointed that there seems to be no proper cockpit cam that I can go to, where we can see like the wheel. The only thing I've got is. Well, I guess we could see it here. We'll ride with this view. Greshel is off the track, returning as he has made a mistake. And we'll go back on board with Tobias, and you guys can, I don't know, maybe learn a little bit from the fastest man on the track.
Well, let's see what it does here is he turns the wheel, and then it goes either left or right.
It's a shame that the feet aren't animated, so you can see what he's doing with the pedals.
I believe he just pushes in the clutch, and it takes care of the rest. That's how that works. And then it clutches the ground.
That one, 24.638. So he's getting faster. Like not as fast as he was when he put his fastest lap up, but like he's going. He's in the groove. He's finally gotten past Alexandre, and he's ready to sprint.
That's mildly horrifying.
Yeah. He was 0.2 faster than anyone else on the track that lap. Andrew D was second quickest again. And it should be mentioned, you want the real horror here. He was 0.2 faster than Andrew D. Andrew D is 0.4 faster than anyone else. So the other 6 cars are more than a half second off of a guy who has no reason to push right now. It's just bringing it home. So looking at the gaps, D is catching Alexandre, but it's still fairly far apart. Alexandre is catching Edmonds at a rate of about 0.2 a lap. Maybe that'll get down to something. Mad Al is catching up to James Butler. Dirk Gresham, by the way, is off the track again, or is he in the pits? Or is he retired? No, he's in front of the pit stop. Okay. Interesting move. I guess he had nothing really to lose, so he's going to come out in 7th place again, still ahead of Vic Vega. Well, Vega's getting close. See, there he is. So he's coming to the pit lane now. If Vic Vega can hop ahead of him, that would be very, very weird. A very weird move by, yeah, I think he's going to get him. Greshel coming out of the pits. He'll need to warm up the tires. Although, Vega picks up a slowdown penalty. That might have killed it. But hey, I guess thank you, Dirk, for giving us a little bit of excitement and creating a little bit of a battle. here towards the end.
Put him in the wall. Sir, that was attempted on corner 1, lap 1.
I don't know about attempted. I think it was succeeded. So these are the 2 closest together cars now. See if Vega can maybe run him down, but I think Greshel probably has a fresh set of tires on there and is probably just kind of going for like a fastest lap type scenario, frankly. Doing the Max Verstappen. Alfonso is now within a second, or within 2 seconds of Martin Edmonds. Let's see what the gap is this lap. It was a 25.615, 25, yeah, 6/10. Wow. Yeah, Alexandre's got pace on Martin right now. Might be able to run him down, but time is running low. With just 6.5 minutes to go here. Tobias Thirolf may, in fact, be human, finally. He did a 25.135 that time around. He was not the fastest guy on track.
Gotta slow down a little bit to pick up a corn dog. It's all right. It's no problem.
James Butler appears to have gone off the track and dropped to 6th place. Mad Al picking up a spot. They were not close together. So that must have been a notable spin for James. I'm kind of interested to see what Dirk Greshel does for a lap time once he's finally cleared of the pit stop. Because last time around he did a 34.89, which is very slow, but it was like still the pit stop lap. Oh, there we go, 24.861. Or no, hang on, I'm reading this wrong. Let's see here, Greshel coming across the line. What has he got? 25.646, 49. Pardon me. That's not a great lap. I was kind of hoping that Dirk would flirt with the fastest lap here down the stretch to at least deny Tobias that, but he's not close yet. Alfonso's now 1.3 seconds back of 2nd place. There is the gap. I'm sorry to Afonso. I keep adding an L to his name. It's actually there. I'm just not used to that spelling.
I believe I also did that, and I make no apologies. It's not my fault you spell your name wrong.
Just uncharacteristically. That's silly.
He just typed it into the game wrong. That's all it is.
I can go. I'll make a deal with him. I'll treat him like Fonzie Nieto. I'll just call him Fonzo.
The Fonz.
Altogether. Fonz.
Hey.
He is catching up to Martin Edmonds. Gap is down to 1.2. Last lap he did was a 1:25.308. Nobody's in the 24s anymore, so the tires are running a little bit thin, even though the cars are probably quite light on fuel at this point.
Maggle's too fucking hot. What are we doing here?
It's hot, I know.
God dang.
We live in basements. We're not supposed to have hot. We're not supposed to have heat stuff.
Correct. I'm just waiting for it's gotta be 32 degrees outside. And I'm inside and I'm too hot. And I'm waiting for my dumb cat to come out from underneath the couch and his day-long nap and just lay on my chest so I can die.
I mean, I feel like you say dumb cat. I feel like your cat has discovered the ultimate solution to all of these problems.
You say that, but he didn't get fed if I don't live.
Well, no, I meant like chilling and having a daylight nap.
Oh, yeah. No, that would have been probably, yeah. You're not wrong
I feel like
about
that's
that
actually quite intelligent.
one. You are not wrong on that one.
2 minutes and change left. There is the gap between second and third place. It is 0.6 of a second. This is probably the last battle we got going on here. Dirk Watch, still not great. 25.510. He's not even doing particularly impressive laps. Duke knew what the deal with the pit stop was. He risked losing 7th place to Vic Vega and didn't really get anything for it. Wasn't much of a risk, I suppose. He is trucking clear of Vic at about a second lap, so 8/10 anyways. So, I guess not much of a threat, but still. Probably one more lap after this one.
One more lap? Haven't they had enough?
There is Tobias coming around to take the final lap flag. And the next time he reaches this part of the track, he will see the checker. Trying to get a better cam for us here. There it is. Into turn 1, Martin Edmonds defends. And for the time being, Alexandre is behind. He's got one lap to make it work. One lap to make that second place happen. Does he do it, Byron? What's your thoughts?
That's solid, perhaps.
I mean, it is the end of the race. We know Martin's policy on tires. There are probably not a lot of them left.
Okay, but does Martin weaponize the tires and just throw hot tar all over Homeboy's windshield?
That'd be interesting.
If there's anything...
Final couple of corners now.
If there's anything that I've learned, it's that you can weaponize just about anything.
Looking to the inside. There's not a great overtaking spot here. This is the problem. We have to get a great run out of this corner onto the embankment. Here we go. Checkered flag for Tobias. He is the winner. Martin Edmonds will take...
4th place.
2nd place. At the line. That was close. Here comes Andrew D for the 4th place finish. He has a good pace today. Just, I don't know. I think he was a little bit off the optimum strategy. And Matt Al, after probably one of the more eventful races he's had this season, picks up 5th place. There in the Monster Energy Ferrari. Started their race in 6th, came up to 5th, so, yeah, good day's work. And then it'll be James Butler coming home in 6th position. He also had a busy day. Oh boy. Rounding off the field, Dirk Grushel and Vic Vega. Tobias Thirl did indeed put down the fastest lap. Still not sure what the deal with the idea there for Grushel was. Pit stop. We lost Jeb Sparks due to a game crash. We lost Scott Nick due to what I can only call poor planning of not having buttons to serve a pit stop properly. Steve Davidson was out of the race. We don't know the story there. And Durlan Iceman got disqualified for speeding in the pit lane. Probably will be under steward review for lap 1, turn 1. Got any final thoughts, Bart?
It's tricky to rock a rhyme that's right on time. It's tricky.
And we'll leave and we'll just stop talking and Matt Al can terminate this stream when he wants.
Consider yourself terminated.
No!
He has terminated us.
Terminator 6, The Revenge of Mad Al. I'm going to hit the bathroom because I got to pee real bad, and I will meet you for some fights.
Indeed. I'll meet you over the... Oh, Rebovich won. El Gringo won.
El Gringo, sí. Ah.